everybody! Welcome to Wrestleview Weekly, March the 6th of 2019. Hello, everybody! Everybody in the chat room, say hi now. If you don't, then I will never recognize you. Hello, everybody! I am Doug Lackey, veteran columnist of Wrestleview.com and co-host of Wrestleview Live alongside editor-in-chief Adam Martin, where we cover all of the major WWE pay-per-views, including the show that's coming up this Sunday. That's this one right behind me, Fastlane, where, I don't know, are you guys excited about it? I guess. I don't know. Hey, Michael. Hey, Gills. Hey, Lex. Piper looks like one of those Land of Confusion puppets in that picture. Yeah, Lex, he kind of does. Okay. Couple things first to go over with the show. Today, on the show, we have reviews of the go-home episodes of the Red Show and the Blue Show of Raw and Smackdown. Swervy swerves abound, returns everywhere. Lots of stuff happening with those two shows. A lot of news, somber news to talk about during the week, as well as a lot of injury news that we're going to be going over. Additions to the WWE milk carton, not a whole lot, but we'll still go over who all is on the milk carton this week. Updates to the Wrestlemania Whiteboard. I got a couple of matches in mind that I want to add to the Wrestlemania card that I got a feeling might be happening, and it might get rid of some of the clusterfucks that we've just been using as, I guesses, or, just as surefire bookings to put on our Wrestlemania Whiteboard, but gonna do that. And finally, as always with every go-home episode of Wrestleview Weekly, hey Jamel, as with every go-home episode of Wrestleview Weekly, going to be making predictions to the Fastlane show behind me. 8 matches on the card, including the pre-show, which means I will be making 4 locks. What does it mean by a lock? If I get them wrong, we take a shot of the Luna Azul. Luna Azul Blanco tequila. My record has not been good so far, but I think that's because I've been relying on others to make those picks for me. That is not happening this week, unfortunately, because Mike Tedesco was to be a guest on the show this week, but then, much like many here in this country and many maybe in other countries, he forgot that he believed in God. And so he is currently at his church's church service tonight for Ash Wednesday, where he is the organ player, which the dude's talented. So, hey, display your talents to the big guy, man. So he will be on this show next week, which will be a very interesting show because we're going to go over post-Fastlane Raw and Smackdown, as well as I think that show for him to come in. Hey, Quentin. Hey there. Actually, next week's show that Mike Tedesco will be stopping by here, I think will be a lot more interesting for him because we will go over our first class of Fantasy Booking 101. Okay? Fantasy Booking 101 is essentially going to teach you all how to effectively fantasy book without looking like too much like a goof. Okay? So, Fantasy Booking 101 is going to be starting up next week with Mike alongside of me, so maybe he can be an able-bodied student. Maybe he'll be an associate professor. I'm not sure. Gil's saying I got away with that one, Doug. Yeah, I kind of got away with that one. But, hey, I mean, it's a given. It was a given, okay? It was a lobbed softball for me to hurl over at Mike there. So, Mike will be a guest on the show next week, where we go over the post-Fastlane Raw and Smackdown and the Fantasy Booking 101 episode. God bailed me out. Yeah, now I only have myself to blame tonight, okay? I only have myself to blame. That is why we are drinking from the Stein of Redemption, is what this is. our tremendously crafted sources inside the Stein of Redemption. We are drinking. Wow, I love that bottle. Look at that. It's an invisible bottle. We are drinking. I can't help that. New Belgium Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA with a 9% ABV. So we are sure to be making sound and logical predictions tonight. So, yes, everyone, get your beverages ready. Get your own Stein of Redemption. Lots of stuff to go over with the shows, especially Swervy Swerves, returns, and all kinds of other wackiness that would be involved in this land of people in stretchy pants utilizing violence to settle melodramatic conflicts to satiate our own homoerotic subconscious. That's called pro wrestling. Here we go. On to the Red Show. My pay-per-view record stinks at 12-9, but we are going to change that. I can only hope. And I've got only myself to blame for that. Why are we showing that? That's not what that's supposed to show. Instead, we're going to show that. Hey! Before we go over the show, the Raw episode, I want to say, when did this start happening? Last Friday was when this started going on. Jamel Violence, it solves everything. That's right. Especially when it comes to the Raw Women's Championship, the land of confusion, says Lex. So, over the Twitter, over the weekend, Becky and Ronda were really going at it, okay? Becky sharing mugshot photos that would later be turned into a t-shirt. Ronda saying, that's what I'm trying to do. Becky saying, Ronda, you go back and get the belt because I didn't come this far to collect it from Stephanie. I came all this way to take it from you. Ronda replying, that's what I'm trying to do, dumbass. You hobbling around trying to be a ginger crutch ninja and taking fake prison photos in the hallway isn't helping. Then Lynch decided to go a little deeper. Becky replying, keep that F word out of your mouth and concentrate on getting better at this business instead of trying to remain above it. I'm looking forward to seeing you real soon. And there she has the shot of Becky photoshopped saying, what is line? Rousey would then insult Lynch's armbar execution. F word? You mean fake? Fake like your nonsensical BS armbar that doesn't even work and just looks like you're holding the dick you wish you had. The back and forth would continue. Rousey saying she was going to beat the living shit out of Lynch when she sees her after her latest Twitter photo insult. Becky saying, it does look exactly like one now that you mention it. Rebecca Quinn, Ronda says, I don't care what the script says. I'm beating the living shit out of you the next time I see you. I am just going to say this right now. And I really, really hope the land of the interwebs agrees with this. Ronda fucking gets it. Okay? She gets it. Becky's kind of got it, but Ronda's got it. Okay? These two going at each other's throats over the interwebs has been fantastic entertainment. Will it translate on the TV show? Maybe. It depends on how they would try to pull that off on television. And it's really, really difficult to kind of do that in considering the roles that they are given, where Charlotte is basically just standing on the side and watching the two girls just beat each other up. Jamel saying Ronda and Becky basically had a rap beef on Twitter, and CJ agrees. Oh, man. So, here we go. Raw results. Hey, looky, Ronda got herself some of Becky's dick. Sorry about that. Hey, Lewis. Hey, how's it going? You know, I before I go on, and I'm so glad that Lewis is here, because he needs to hear this from someone like me, who only weighs 190 pounds soaking wet on a Wednesday. Lewis, you have been doing a fantastic job on your working up and keeping up with your health, dude. I am so jealous, okay? I wish that I had the passion that you have, okay? Just had to put that out there because I see your posts on Facebook all the time. Man, everyone, follow Lewis. He is an inspiration. I'm sorry I can't do anything to help myself with that because I kind of have a gimmick to maintain. Sorry, we all have our own. Rhonda's got herself some Becky dick. How did this happen? Let's go over that now, shall we? Sweet Lou in the building. That's right, CJ. Lex saying the best part of the whole Twitter beef was Prince Pretty telling Harper he'd beat the shit out of him the next time. Yeah, Harper and Tyler Breeze had a sort of a fake funny haha beef on the Twitter also. That was incredibly hilarious. Yeah, check all the Twitter is incredibly fun to look at when it comes to the WWE's talent feeding into the storylines. It's fantastic stuff. Roman Reigns coming out. Everyone is happy over there in Philly. He coming out to show his appreciation. Hey, I'm in Philly and you all like me. Hey, there you are. How you doing? Oh, coming out. You know, he can't do the same thing twice. So, we know he's back. And he calls out Seth. He calls out Seth Rollins to come on out because he has a request. He's a longtime caller and a first-time listener. And asks Seth Rollins, hey, I got a couple of things I need to touch base with you. Rollins says, seeing Reigns come out last week, knowing he won his fight was one of the greatest moments of his career. It made Rollins feel like he could do anything. Rollins will take that motivation to WrestleMania and slay the beast. But more importantly, he's going to bring the Universal title back to Monday Night Raw every single week. With that said, he knows where Reigns' head is at. Rollins understands what it's like to vacate a title and never lose it. And if there's anyone out there that deserves an opportunity against Bork Laser, it's Roman. There are some boos, but then a light Roman chant picks up. But then Reigns says he thought Rollins knew everything, but he's wrong. While he was gone, one person watched over the entire place, and that was Seth Rollins. One man kept this place in line and knew what was best, and nobody has more confidence in Rollins than himself, and that being Roman. Roman has been in the ring with Bork and knows what it takes. Rollins has what it takes. Roman wishes him luck. Oh, that's so sweet. Reigns, though, says he has a favor. Needs to ask a favor. Rollins says you can have anything. And Reigns says he wants to get the band back together. We all know what that means. Rollins kind of very hesitant about it and everything. He paces around the ring. He thinks about it a lot, and he says, well, wait a minute. He put part of his life behind him, but Reigns is right. Life is too short. Tomorrow's not guaranteed, and if Roman wants the Shield for one last time, he's in. All right. Roman, yeah, he wants to put the band back together. Roman tries to call out Dean Ambrose. Dean comes out, and for his efforts standing up at the top of the ramp, he stands up there, waiting, trying to think about what to say, and Elias gives him something to think about. Yeah, so we got that going on because Elias and Dean Ambrose are going to have a match later on tonight. Wise decision not having Reigns go after Lesnar again. Yes. I instead see other things happening, and that's what the WrestleMania Whiteboard is going to be all about. Great way to kick off the show. Absolutely agree, Mikey. Charlie is backstage with a BBD. I'm calling him that now. I'm calling him Mlw Debut. That is Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. See what I did there? And Leo Rush is over there too. Corbin says that they're going to show where today's power lies. Lashley says Balor will get a reminder that he's wearing Lashley's Intercontinental title. Corbin says he's going to embarrass Kurt Angle once again because we're going to have a six-man tag of Fonz Balor, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman versus Mlw Debut. I'm going to tell you right now, this match, the finish was absolutely phenomenal. Great production work, great chaotic-like production work by the cameras to capture every angle of what happened to end this match, okay? And what was great about this six-man tag as well is normally these six-man tags or these mismatched tag matches are meant to showcase someone. We got no showcase in this one. All we got was more story development, which is great in that, first off, Mlw Debut wins the match, which is to progress the storyline that, yeah, you may have your Shield story coming up at the pay-per-view, but we are in control, is the story behind that. We got Fons Balor going, leave it over the top. Whee! He goes back in the ring to yell some more, toss Drew out there. He wants to go ahead and do it again. Sure. No, he didn't do it again. Which one is Ricky? Which one is Michael? And which one's Ronnie? Ooh, that is a very good question. Well, let me see. Bell Biv DeVoe. I'm trying to remember. Bivens was basically the producer. He's the one that also founded. Oh man, I'm dipping into my early '90s R&B here. He also founded Boyz II Men and Another Bad Creation. I swing my beat at the playground. So, if I was to pick who is the producer of this current 3-team, it's probably Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is Bivens. DeVoe. Let's see. DeVoe was more of the rapper. He wasn't more of the singer. And I think Bell was more of the singer than the rapper. So the singer had more emphasis than the rapper. So I'll put Lashley at Bell and DeVoe on McIntyre, I guess is what it is. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. I hope that makes sense for everyone who's going, what the fuck is Doug talking about? Never mind. That's just something between me and the black folk. No, I just thought I'd kind of twist that a little bit, you know. Oh, I have fun. You all know I'm having fun. Stop it. Anyway, back into the match. Let's show some gifts here. No, you're not getting a tag. You're getting a deep six. You're just going, whee! CJ, I actually laughed out loud at that one. Well, thank you very much, CJ. I'm glad that you get it. All right. This is a perfect gif of the chaotic ending to this match where, Jamel, on behalf of all the black folks, we appreciate that, Doug. Thank you. Thank you. So Finn Balor would try to go to the outside, chasing after Lio Rush after he kind of interfered in a pin. Fonz going after Lio. Lio sidesteps, and Bobby Lashley just hoists up Fonz and slams him right into the ring post. And as Lashley and Rush are taunting Fonz down on the ground, Daniel saying, I love Braun's shoulder tackles. They're so good. Yes. Baron Corbin's cutoff spots are some of the best in the game. Yes, they are. So Lashley and Rush are taunting Fonz Balor on the ground. Here comes Braun. Beep, beep. Bam! God, the camera work on this is phenomenal. And there's beep, beep. Just camera work phenomenal. Okay? How these guys could be in the right place at the right time, everyone in the truck queuing up to put it at the right place at the right time was absolutely phenomenal. This was so well done. And just added to the nature of it, I want to see if I can pause it right here. See if can I get him there. What was even better was we get a shot of Lashley and McIntyre right here. McIntyre, you can see him, he started smirking. He's starting to laugh at what he just saw because he's been going after Braun Strowman and he sees him strewn out on the ground. But then Lashley is trying to tell Drew to, no, get Fonz. And then you see the expression change so quickly on McIntyre's face of like, oh, shit. So goes get Fonz, tosses him back into the ring for Lashley to finish him off. Was a very, very fun 6-man tag. Rarity to see. Check it out. I mean, again, this ending spot, which I think lasted maybe about a minute and a half, was very well done. Very, very well done. All right. What's coming up? Charlie's backstage with Heavy Machinery. We realized that Otis has feelings. They were hurt. And so now they're going to have a gauntlet match going up against every single tag team that's been making fun of him. Why would you make fun of this guy? Well, he is kind of easy to make fun of. He is kind of a physical anomaly, I guess. But So we're going to have a gauntlet match where Heavy Machinery is going against every single tag team. Other tag team that's of any consequence. I guess the best way to put it. Natalya versus Ruby Riot with the Riot Squad in tow because, yeah, we'll just do this again. What is this, match number 271 this year of Natalya against Ruby Riot? Natalya just puts her, wins, whatever, however the hell she does it. At the end of the match, Lacey Evans' music hits. She struts down the ramp. Natalya looks like a dog that's been shown a card trick. Yeah. So that happened. This walk down the ramp was more interesting than Natalya and Ruby Riot's match. Basically the best way to put it. Lacey Evans has got like the best outfits of any female. She has a different outfit for every single day. God damn it. Okay, just gonna put it that way. Otis speaking proper English. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Like understandable English? Yes. Mikey saying it was a nothing match between Natalya and Ruby. Yes, it was just something for Lacey Evans to come out and display her stuff. Video package showing Batista beating up Ric Flair on his 70th. Stephanie is backstage with the guys from Saturday Night Live. They're going to do some funny haha shit during backstage throughout the entire show. They're apparently going to be special correspondents for Wrestlemania, which means they will be doing the funny haha segments in between all the matches. And they'll eventually have a segment in the ring, which I'm sure will be incredibly entertaining. Lacey has the best armpit muscles of any superstar. Lewis, if you're in the chat room, could you inform Lex what armpit muscles are called? Please? Jamel, I now want an R-Truth versus Lacey Evans feud. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Okay. But Lex, if you're in the chat room, could you inform Lex what armpit muscles are? Triple H is in the ring, responding to Batista's Instagram video of why he is not in Philadelphia because he just doesn't like Philadelphia, doesn't want to be there. He's going to play this game by his rules, and the game is over. But then we get Triple H giving a response of his own where he basically sources, he breaks the fourth wall, breaking Batista's Heel 101 speech. Basically, the gist of Triple H's speech, apart from being incredibly angry at Batista ruining Ric Flair's 70th birthday, the gist that we are getting about this is Batista has not been around for a while. He doesn't know how the wrestling business goes. And so Triple H is here to basically kind of enlighten him on how stuff has been going on. You know, that's kind of what I interpreted by this. Triple H going to have some balls and show up. Very angry looking person with that furrowed brow. Yes. Ah, man. Aleister Black and Ricochet will take on the Revival for the Raw Tag Team titles. That was announced after this great promo. Video package of Becky Lynch attacking Ronda Rousey and arrested on Raw last week. Blah, 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 blah. Stephanie McMahon says what Ronda Rousey did was blasphemous. McMahon says that she's doing what's best for business. She is lifting the 60-day suspension, dropping all charges because, you know, they aren't in Atlanta anymore. So, I mean, you don't want that hanging on you. She's inviting Becky Lynch out tonight to sign a hold harmless agreement stating the WWE is not responsible if something happens to her at Fastlane. Lynch will go one-on-one with Charlotte Flair for the vacated Raw Women's title. Steph channeling her inner Stephen A. Smith. Yes. Lewis informing Lex in the chat room that those armpit muscles that Lacey has are called lats. So, yes, they are called lats. Maybe you should work on them. Maybe your armpit muscles are not really muscles. I've got lats. See, no fat there. No fat there, right? Oh, God, let's get back to this. All right, Heavy Machinery is making their way to the ring. They're going to be in action next doing their gauntlet match. Dean Ambrose is warming up backstage. Roman Reigns walks up to him in the dimly lit bowels of the arena. Reigns says that they can talk about anything. Ambrose says he's got to stay sharp and be ready for his match, and he walks away. All right. Running the gauntlet, taking people off the milk carton was the reason for this match. Oh man, did we get some people taken off the milk carton in this gauntlet match, because we got Heavy Machinery starting off against the B team. Here's that beautiful compactor finish. I think that's just a great finish for these guys. Yep, that's how they defeated the B team. A plant would really brighten up that spot in Ambrose. Yeah, oh yeah. At least have something in there. I mean, he's always in the bowels of some, and it's dimly lit too. It's always got some kind of blue backlight going on back there. Maybe change it up. Maybe have an orange or a green or something. Heavy Machinery going against the Ascension in the second bout. Otis nailing the Vader bomb. It's time. It's Otis time. And then finally, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder coming in. They would lose as well when Otis just viciously slammed Hawkins down, and then he hits him with the Caterpillar elbow to win. I am concerned. I'm slightly concerned, and I'm just going to have this play while I talk here. I am slightly concerned about Heavy Machinery. Slightly concerned. This entire gauntlet match, though tag team related, was all about Otis. And it's always been about Otis since the team's been introduced. And Tucker is playing, the straight man to keep him in check, and I totally get it. But I'm afraid. We have seen this kind of stuff before with WWE's creative thinking and thinking that they ought to strike an iron while it's hot. Remember Rusev and Lana when they first started, and after, post-WrestleMania, and everyone kept saying, we want Lana, and so they split them up, and you know how great that turned out? This is what it's kind of reminding me of. I fear that sometime we're going to see Heavy Machinery split up, and it's going to be Otis by himself doing all of his antics and everything, and it just will not fly. It just will not. I'm CJ bringing up Jesse and Festus was all about Festus, and we see where that went. Exactly. I'm just using a more recent example of when they break up tandems and how bad of an idea it is. It's not that Gil's saying they love splitting up teams for some reason. It's not that they love splitting up teams. It's just they think that there is potential in the one person that they believe is not necessarily better, but could be more focused on. That's not the case with this, okay? This is a tag team that needs to be together for a while, okay? You've just introduced them to the major WWE audience. Enzo Cass is another example. Yep, sure is, CJ. How's Aiden English doing? I don't know about Aiden English. I don't know if that's a good example. I think the Enzo and Cass one is a good example. But the reason they broke them up is because they were wanting to get rid of one of them, and they ended up getting rid of both of them. But right now, there is no iron to strike here with Otis. This is a great, fun tag team, okay? Don't waste this. This is great, okay? Jason says there's a shortage of solid tag teams as is. Keep them together and use them well. Absolutely. There is I don't want to say, well, and that's the other thing too, and I want to kind of quash this. Well, we'll get into tag team talk later on down the line when we get to the WrestleMania whiteboard. Because I got some ideas on that whiteboard that involves some of the clusterfuck matches that we have on the card that we need to get rid of. CJ saying their gimmick depends on both of them playing off each other like the New Day. Yep, sure is. Yep, sure is. All right, so they went through the gauntlet and they won. Yay, they're kind of a big deal. Triple H and Batista are going to go face-to-face next week on Raw. Okay. The Saturday Night Live guys are walking around backstage. They see EC3 doing nothing. And then they bump into Titus O'Neil, who took a break from saving the nation. No Way Jose is dancing his conga line around him. So once again, saving people from the milk carton, including EC3. If not for his appearance, EC3 would have been on the milk carton. Looks like they're doing great things with him, huh? Thought I'd just throw that out there. That's what everyone was bitching about on the Twitter was, well, they're not doing anything with EC3. Well, what do you want them to do? Where are they going to fit him in? What are they going to do? Where are they going to fit him in? Charlie Caruso's backstage talking to Charlotte Flair. Yeah, that's really great. Dean Ambrose sitting backstage when Seth Rollins walks up to him. Rollins says they haven't always gotten along, but brothers fight even through everything. He likes to think there's been some mutual respect, whether they're on the same team or against each other. Ambrose is always his wrestling soulmate. Awkward. Ambrose asks if he wants to get the Shield back together one last time, and he says it's a no can do. Ambrose is preoccupied and has to handle his business on his own. Rollins walks off as Ambrose sits down. And finally, next up we have Elias. Like saying, can you believe the white SNL guy is dating Scarlett Johansson? I don't care. Elias strumming his guitar and saying bad things about Philly. And then Dean Ambrose comes out. They go ahead and have a match. Winner by pinfall clean is Elias after Dino decided to do some wacky stuff. Not much of a match with Ambrose and Elias. The post-match looks like it's going to be interesting, though. That's because the whole crew came out. We come back to the break to see Roman and Seth walking down to the ring while Dean is slowly getting to his feet. The crowd's chanting Shield. Ambrose walks right past them, leaves the ring. He starts going up through the crowd. Goes up through the crowd, but then Karen Corbin's music hits. Out comes Mlw Debut. Corbin says he gets this is the city of brotherly love, but this is pathetic. McIntyre says the fabled hounds of justice are broken and fighting for scraps at their table. McIntyre says this isn't quite the return Roman Reigns envisioned. They're pathetic. We're going to offer them the opportunity of an epic match this Sunday at Fastlane, but they don't deserve it. And McIntyre says they're going to end this once and for all. The three, Mlw and Debut, start beating up Rollins and Reigns, but then Dino comes from the crowd, makes the save, and makes this great little photo op. As Dino starts pacing around and everything, because we had this before. So, yeah. One last time. And we'll get another last time, I'm sure, later on in the year. And after that. And sometime after that. Because you know it's one last time. For now. For now. Later on tonight, again, Aleister Black and Ricochet are challenging the Revival for the tag team titles. Tamina with Nia Jax in tow versus Sasha Banks with Bayley in tow. Holy cow, don't care. Tamina won by pinfall after all kinds of chicanery on the outside. Who cares? The build for the WWE Women's Tag title at Fastlane has not been great, says Mike. Nia Jax loses last week, and Tamina wins this week. Oh, boy. All right. The Saturday Night Lives guys are backstage. The white guy says everything is fake. Braun Strowman attempts to beat him up. He's talked into not beating him up. So, yeah, there you go. The Revival defending their titles against Ricochet and Aleister Black. Pretty decent match between the two until Robert Roode and Chester Gable. Is that right? Is that Chester? Is that long for Chad? Chester Gable. Yeah, I think so. Robert Roode and Chester Gable come down and they kind of interfere in the match. They kind of don't like it that these guys from NXT are taking their spot. And can you blame them? Chadwick. Is it Chadwick Gable? Well, yeah, because Chester is Chuck. Yeah, so it's Chadwick Gable. Yeah, we'll run with it. Yeah, Chadwick Gable. Rude finally a heel on the main roster? I don't know what they are. What constitutes them being... whatever, I don't care anymore. This was the first lame night for Black, and Ricochet says, Mike, yeah, the finish was not really that good. It's nothing really to jump up and down about, to tell you the truth. Finally, final segment to end the Raw Go Home. Stephanie is in the ring with Charlotte. She's there to basically announce that her match against her and Becky Lynch are going to be for the WWE title, is what it's going to be. But then suddenly, out comes Ronda Rousey, and she's walking really fast, walking about as fast as her promos are. Holy cow, she is a power walking. Okay. What is everyone's thoughts on the leggings instead of the short shorts? This was a very good segment. However, you may need to listen to it about 4 or 5 times to catch Ronda and catch everything that she says, okay? I've got to get around complaining about it, okay? This is just how she's going to deliver her promos. Ronda is just going to talk really fast. That's just how she is. It's been a calendar year of her being on the roster, okay? This is just how she is. We've got to face facts. The training wheels are off, all right? We need to stop, thinking that things are going to change, that she's going to learn this or learn that. And that's it. The training wheels are off. It's been a calendar year. She's had plenty of matches on TV and pay-per-view, tons of main events. So it's time to just face facts. This is the Ronda that we're going to get. And now, apparently, it is a heel Ronda, because she knows that everyone knows McMahon values her wallet overall. Rousey earns too much money to be fired. Rousey can do whatever she wants because McMahon cares more about her wallet. Rousey did everything she could to respect this business, but poured her heart and soul into this, and how did she get repaid? They boo her out of the Staples Center, and that's her home. She's not dancing monkey anymore. She could break Flair and Lynch's noses if they sneezed in her direction. Rousey says, damn your fantasies, damn the man, screw the woo, and no more Mrs. Nice Bitch. I delivered that better than she did, but again, you'll have to listen to it about 4 or 5 times to catch all of those lines. This is a great segment. Great segment to show us that, oh, God, Jesus. Yeah, that was just great. That was just great by Ronda. Just chaotic, okay? A chaotic beatdown, okay? Something that we had been kind of looking forward to with all of the Twitter nonsense. Especially there was exclusive footage after the show of Ronda still beating up on Becky Lynch. Just asking Becky, you going to tweet about this, bitch? You going to tweet about this? Bitch is now the new ass with the women, okay? Great segment. Great way to finish off the show. Great way to keep us enthused for the WrestleMania match that's going to be happening. The Fastlane match, Charlotte, I don't know. I guess. What did everyone think about the show? 78% gave it a thumbs up. A far cry from the 98% from last week's show. But again, I don't think we're ever going to see higher than a 98% approval for Monday Night Raw. Yeah, great segment. Great way to finish off the show. But does it give us something to look forward to at Fastlane? But it gives us something to look forward to at WrestleMania. So, yes, that was the Red Show. What did I think about it? I thought it was okay. No, can't do in the middle. It's got to be a good or a bad. Yes or no? No, it was a good show. Finishing segment was good. The gauntlet match was fun. 6-man tag was good. So, yeah. No, I agree. That was a good show. On to the Blue Show. All right. I've got to change that because we are no longer talking about that. Instead, we are going to talk about the SmackDown. I put a lot of work into preparing this show, and it really shows. SmackDown. Yes. The only problem when I do the SmackDown reviews is that Roy doesn't put GIFs on his reviews. And Roy, I hope you're listening. I strongly suggest you put some GIFs on your reviews. It makes them very easier to read. Makes them a great emphasis for the show. Let's get your name out there, big guy. I'm helping you out. Okay. SmackDown kicking off. Daniel Bryan is in the ring with Rowan. Bryan, talking a bunch of smack, and out comes Kevin Owens. He starts talking a lot of smack, and so there you go. That's what happens. Two of them talking smack to each other. It was a good opening segment with the lines that they were trading back and forth with each other, but yeah. Kevin saying he never meant to take Kofi's opportunity, but it's the opportunity that he's got, and he's going to make the best of it. Reviews don't need no technical sorcery, says Jason. Well, yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Got to keep your attention a little bit, and also have some examples about what they're talking about. Great open. It was a good opening segment between Daniel Bryan, Rowan, and Kevin Owens. Rowan getting on the mic and telling everyone to shut up in his beautifully enunciated voice, wearing his behemoth metal T-shirt. Oh, I got to tell you, I'm starting to identify with Eric Rowan just because of his musical tastes. Because for the past 3 weeks, he has worn T-shirts of bands that I thoroughly enjoy. So I want Rowan to keep on coming out on SmackDown so that he can wear a T-shirt of a band that I should be noticing. Okay. The giant redwood. Yeah, he is. No, Rowan is a giant redwood. Eric Rowan, the average man. Yes, he is. But it was a good segment. We are going to get Kevin Owens versus Rowan tonight on Raw, where he can showcase said behemoth T-shirt. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this on the Monday Night Raw episode, the Gauntlet match between Heavy Machinery and all the teams. Apparently, with the Ascension, Connor didn't give a shit about his face paint. Victor came out dressed for the part. Connor just didn't give a shit. Keep that in mind when we talk about splitting tag teams. Anyway, back to SmackDown. Oh, I'm so sorry. I got sidetracked. Dimmu Borgir is next, says CJ. Dimmu Borgir was good before Mustis, their keyboardist and piano player, left. He was fantastic with the band. After he left, no, he was not so much. After this, we've got a segment involving the Usos getting on the microphone and dropping a shit ton of shade. Usos on the mic are fantastic. Okay. They are on the mic, talk shit about Miz and Shane. Then out comes Miz and Shane. So we're going to have a match between Jey Uso and the Miz with the other Uso and Shane McMahon in tow. Jason saying Connor's just happy to finally be in a match. Well, yeah, he's not on the milk carton. Yes, Connor is the big one, Lex. Lex, you don't know what armpit muscles are, and now you can't tell the difference between the two Ascension guys? Come on. Come on, Lex. Come on. All right. Got to call you out, okay? I'm sorry. You're in the chat. I'm going to call you out, all right? Daniel, I know you hate it when I post the goddammit Daniel meme, but you need to make yourself a goddammit Lex meme. Okay? Everyone, get on it right now. Goddammit Lex meme. Do it. Okay. Finally. Anyway, back to the show. Jey Uso versus The Miz. This was a horrible match. This was an incredibly horrible match. I swear, I think Jey must have downed about a good 2 bullets of Colt 45 before doing this match. It was bad. This was really bad. I know Roy's got his opinions on it, but no, it was bad. Watch Jey Uso's movement throughout this match. No, he had the agility of a Lego construction. Okay, it was bad. It was really, really bad. Yeah, The Miz getting the victory on this one after shenanigans on the outside, but man, Ugh. Whew, it was a rough one. So you want to see it? Go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and check it out. It was a rough one to watch. Focus on Jay. Okay? It was bad. United States Open Challenge. R-Truth sending out his Open Challenge in commemoration to his childhood hero, John Cena. I know. He's 6 years older than John Cena. That's why he says it. He's a funny guy. Shut up. First, after issuing out the challenge, Lacey Evans comes out and then walks back up the ramp. R-Truth telling her to come back. Making like, yeah, I'll challenge her. I'll take on her. That's no problem. Nope, we're not getting that. Instead, we got Samoa Joe's music hits, Rey Mysterio's music hits, and Andrade's music hits, because now we're getting a fatal four-way for the United States title. Cena didn't get this shit. What's up with this? Why didn't Cena get this triple threat and fatal four-way shit when he's defending his title? What the hell? Maybe it's because everyone thinks they can beat R-Truth. I don't know. Jamel saying R-Truth has been the MVP of WWE since the shakeup. Yes. Fine, but anyway, a really good fatal four-way. Great four-way match. It was basically, again, just think of the triple threat they had last week, but insert Samoa Joe for some great cutoffs. And your winner and new United States champion, Samoa Joe. Cue the tuba. He gets his first singles gold. The internet goes nuts. Everyone's so happy for him. Yay! That's really fantastic. Oh, hey, look at that. He put a picture on there. There's Samoa Joe looking all happy and stuff because he has gold. I has belt. Joe's post-match interview was fantastic, says Jamel. Yes, it was. Check it out. Check it out on the YouTubes. It was fantastic. I would love to put it up on here, but the Gestapo of YouTube would knock me off. Sorry, can't do it. Aleister Black and Ricochet versus The Bar. Just another match to show you that Ricochet and Aleister Black are kind of a thing, and they won. So there you go. There have been better matches involving all of them. So there you go. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville in tow. It's Deville, not Deville. Versus Naomi. We need to talk about this, okay? We need to talk about this one, okay? We've been giving SmackDown a pass a lot, okay? They are a great show. SmackDown is a great show, but when they screw up to Monday Night Raw 4 months ago levels. This is one of them. I get it. You want to showcase Mandy Rose because she's going against Asuka for the title. Totally get it. No problem. You have to have her go over on someone in a wham bam thank you ma'am match. That's only going to last about a buck and a half. Totally get it. It's warranted. No problem. But of everyone that you had to choose for her to beat in a wham bam match, you had to have it be against the one that you've been building a feud with for the past 3 months. You just destroyed everything regarding the beef that these two had. And also the prominence that Naomi had. Destroyed it all. But it's now time to kind of reach for our sources and ask, wasn't it meant to be like that? Was it meant to be kind of a message to Naomi? Maybe a message saying, girl, Twitter is used to augment our product. Twitter is used not to try to save your own ass from the law and everyone's perception of you in your personal life. I've got a feeling that, yeah, I think per my sources, and I never wanted to say, oh, someone's in the doghouse. There was a reason they did this. Jamel asking what happened to Twitter on Twitter to Naomi. Naomi basically teed off on Twitter after Jay Uso, her husband's arrest for disorderly conduct and public drunkenness about a month ago. Commented very vehemently on the Twitter about what she was doing and that she has no place in it and blah, 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 blah. Oh, it was Jimmy, not Jay. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of the two. So, yeah. Naomi needs to understand what she does, the avenues that she has, and what they are used for. This match was to basically, yep, okay, I'm saying it right now. I'll never say anything like this. I never, ever say anything like this. I make fun of it more than anything. But this one is blatantly obvious. Naomi was buried. No, it's plain and simple. And I can say this also just because what are your plans for her going forward? Even if she wasn't acting like a goof on Twitter, what were you going to do? They could have paired Mandy Rose against any one of the Iconics. The Iconics losing to Mandy Rose is no problem, okay? The Iconics are the funny heel women, okay? They lose all the time. They could have done that. No problem at all. But instead, Naomi threw her neck out there to try to save herself. Nope. That ain't going to happen. So, that's what we got. Naomi gets the burial. Mandy gets propped up to go against Asuka. Asuka blasts her from behind back, going up the ramp after winning the match. Welcome back, Asuka. Yeah, you almost got on the milk carton, even though you're the goddamn women's champ. Finally, main event of the show. Well, no, actually, before we do that, AJ Styles is backstage talking again about why Kevin Owens replacing Kofi, and then Randy Orton says something cryptic to AJ, so there's that stuff going on where Randy and AJ don't have to do anything physically in the ring for 2 weeks. They can just kind of vocalize that they don't like each other. Kevin Owens going up against Rowan with Daniel Bryan in tow. Kind of fun until Daniel Bryan gets involved. Ref calling for the bell. And then, after all the shenanigans between Daniel Bryan and Rowan beating up Kevin Owens, Mustafa Ali, with the return, makes the save. And saves Kevin Owens from imminent doom, I guess. So Mustafa Ali is off of the injury list. He is good to go. Now, makes for very interesting things. Interesting things for the whiteboard. We're going to get to that stuff later on tonight. Also, why was the New Day there? Why wasn't the New Day there? They were in India doing a promotional tour for the WWE. That's why they weren't there. Finally, Charlotte Flair is outside and she wants to confront Becky Lynch, and Becky comes out and they beat each other up, and that's how the show ends. Yeah. So, I just wanted to blow by that because it really wasn't much of a promo. Not bad of a SmackDown, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how good SmackDown was, to tell you the truth. I don't think it was that good of a show. They've done better. I mean, they've set a high enough bar for them. I'm saying thumbs down. I've seen better SmackDown shows. What did everyone think? Survey says, show me potato salad. 79% gave them thumbs up. Oh, okay. So what? I'm in the minority. I don't care. 3 stars, I give it CJ gives it a 3 out of 5. I don't do ratings. It's either up or down. Okay? It's either 5 or none. Okay? That's how you plant your feet on the ground and you take a stand. You don't just put one foot in the ground and then your other foot on a cinder block to try to brace yourself for whatever ground may be unstable behind you. I mean, underneath you. Why are people talking to me? Oh, okay. It's cool people. Apparently, I'm loved everywhere. Apparently so. Mustard in your potato salad, asks Lex, yes or no? German potato salad is the only potato salad worth eating. It is mustard based. That's the only one. If you don't... No, I'm not going to... No, those are your preferences. Potato salad is like wrestling. We all like it in our own special way. I love it. I just compared wrestling to potato salad. Potato salad is trash, Daniel. You get out of here right now. God damn it, Daniel. You just resurrected your meme. On to the news. You know, I do like these times that we have together. You guys are great friends. All right, on to the news. We're going to start off with some very, very somber news, and it hits me again in the feels because it's from my childhood. Earlier, it was yesterday morning, Monday night, the confirmed passing of King Kong Bundy, Chris Bundy, at the age of 61. Very young, but a big guy. Passed away at the age of 61. David Harrow and Shane Helms were the first to confirm it, of his passing on the Twitter. This guy. When you think of 1980s wrestling and not just being on television and how it sounds and everything, but when you think of stereotypical 1980s wrestler that the mass media can go around and just see, point at, and go, pro wrestler, it's this guy, King Kong Bundy. He had a look that no one else had a voice and a delivery that no one else has, the facial expressions. No one can do the expressions that, look at that face, the curled lip, looking up like that. Dear God. Okay. He's just fantastic. Okay. A stalwart of 1980s professional wrestling just by his look alone. Okay. I get a chuckle every single time, every match that he would have, when he would squash the jobber, the ref counting to 3, and he would yell the ref to count to 5. Oh, God, he's just fantastic. WWE issued their own statement, saying to learn the passing of King Kong Bundy at 61. Bundy was appropriately called the walking condominium, standing at an impressive 6'4" and weighing 458. The sight of Bundy stepping between the ropes was intimidating enough, but his crushing offense proved that he was every bit as destructive as advertised. In fact, Bundy was so powerful, he demanded referees to count to 5 when he pinned his opponents. The Atlantic City native broke into the WWE in the 80s, dominating at the first WrestleMania, memorably challenging Hulk Hogan to a steel cage match at WrestleMania 2, which I think was just said earlier in the chat, saved that pay-per-view. Okay. Although Bundy left the WWE in the late 80s, he returned in 94 as part of the $1 Million Corporation, once again destroying rivals with the Avalanche Splash, proving he was one of the greatest and most eye-catching big men to lace up the boots. Yeah. I love him. Just love him. Just love him. God, the look and everything. I wish I could play it here, but you've got to look up the ESPN This Is Sports Center commercial involving King Kong Bundy, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, and The Undertaker storming their offices asking for their highlights. Funny as hell. Where are my highlights? I watched it on a loop for a long time this morning while I was doing stuff. Other people reacted to his passing. Hulk Hogan overwhelmed by King Kong Bundy's passing. Only great memories. Triple H said to hear of King Kong Bundy's passing, a WrestleMania attraction, true big man and a fan favorite. There it is. There's the Sports Center thing. I hope I don't get dinged for this, but I'm going to play this sucker, okay? I really, really do like this one, okay? sorry if you're seeing that picture of Keith Olbermann for a long time, but I really, really do like this this bit. If I can find my headphone. Where's my headphone jack? Yes, we prepared for the show. We prepared for the show. Where is the jack? There it is. Because I don't want to blast you guys twice. If you guys have not seen this commercial, you're in for a treat. Oh, I'll talk about... I really don't want to talk about people that really don't need to be talked about on this show. Just going to go and put it that way, CJ. So here, see if I can bring this up on the Twitter from ESPN. This is Sports Center. This is a commercial. I can't remember when it was aired. Certainly in early 90s, late 80s. This is a ESPN, this is Sports Center commercial. Here you go.
You don't get too many complaints once in a, well, you know, sometimes a guy says.
Let me jack up the volume a little bit, turn this down.
You don't get too many complaints once in a, well, you know, sometimes a guy say we're not showing enough of his highlights or his sport. And the time the wrestlers came in, they were a little miffed.
Where are my highlights? Yo, Miller, you know that wrestling's the #1 television sport in terms of demographics?
Oh, sure, I knew that. Everybody knows that, don't they?
It's those Greco-Roman wrestling guys. They're a bunch of sissies. You guys are great.
Of course it's real. I mean, if it's up to me, we're running these highlights every night on SportsCenter. Aesthetically, there's a problem with it. It's something, it's technical stuff. The camera angles that you use are...
Oh, man. Back in the day when SportsCenter was all about highlights and not about fucking former athletes being analysts, and it wasn't just the NFL network, you know, back in the day when ESPN fucking mattered. Oh, man. That was good stuff. Okay. I watched that commercial on a loop probably about 10 or 12 times. Oh, it was fucking fantastic. They even on ESPN, I caught having lunch with my parents and breaking the news to my dad. They ran on their crawl that King Kong Bundy passed away. Okay. Look at this guy. I mean, look at him. The NWA posting, we send our deepest condolences to the family and friends of King Kong Bundy. Look at this guy. I mean, you will never find a look like this ever again. Okay? Ted DiBiase, saddened by the passing of King Kong Bundy. Mick Foley, hate to hear about the passing of King Kong. He was so cool to me when I walked in that locker room as an absolute nobody in '86. Jerry Lawler, rest in peace, King Kong Bundy. Another great wrestling talent gone too soon. He will be missed. Here's some video of... Oh, okay. I don't think I have time to watch this one, but I think I know what I'm watching after tonight. King Kong Bundy teaming with Rick Rude. Looks like against Jerry Lawler and Randy Savage. Oh, shit. Get on Jerry Lawler's Twitter. Find this posting. It was from yesterday at 2 in the morning. Damn, Jerry Lawler was up at 2 in the morning last night. Okay, but seriously. I'm going to watch this after the show. You all do the same. We'll talk about it sometime. Oh, man, that sounds like a fantastic match to watch. Oh, look at this shot. Colt Cabana. Damn. Yeah, I was barely 19 when I wrestled him. Look at that. That's a shot. That looks like it's over at a baseball diamond there. Yeah. So, might be time to bring back Match of the Night, says Jamel. I wish I could. I'm just afraid of getting dinged by the YouTube Gestapo. But... I have no problem watching wrestling matches on the Twitch. Okay? So, yeah. CJ, I'll start the thread in the group. Yes, awesome, CJ. Everyone, head on over to the Wrestleview Media group on Facebook. If you're not a member of it, go ahead and ask them to join up to it. Wrestleview Media. It's where all of us guys are. Talking about wrestling and not really being jerks and stuff. And, yeah. So, CJ, if you could, find that match. Post it on there. That sounds like fun stuff to me. And right here you can see we've got WWE posting Hillbilly Jim versus King Kong Bundy in a 6-man tag where their partners were midgets. I think this is at WrestleMania 3, I believe. Yeah, so rest in peace, King Kong. Oh, man. Do you realize now that the entire Heenan family has passed? Yeah, the entire Heenan family has passed. Yeah, it's true. All my childhood attractions no longer with us. So while everyone wants the Attitude Era to come back, my era will never come back. And that's okay, because I live vicariously through the youth. Speaking of bad news on the health front, that is depressing. I'm sorry. Well, no, Haku is still alive. You're right, Lex. King Haku is still with us. Harley Race reported 3 days ago on Sunday, Harley Race was diagnosed with lung cancer. But the statement reveals that the diagnosis is not terminal. Over the weekend, Ric Flair took part in a Q&A session in Atlantic City, moderated by Jimmy Hart. During the appearance, Flair was asked about Harley Race and stated that he was recently diagnosed with lung cancer. Flair reportedly said the diagnosis was terminal, but according to a new statement by David Marquez, while Race was indeed diagnosed with lung cancer recently, the diagnosis was not terminal and he is still being treated. Quoted by David Marquez, and that's him right there. I've just spoke with Harley Race's family, and yes, he has been diagnosed with lung cancer, but it's not terminal. He's being treated and supervised by his doctors. He's still very active and appreciates everyone's concerns. It's going to be sad. It's so sad. He will probably, he's in not good standing right now. Yeah. Thank you, CJ. He has started up the thread. Madison Rayne has parted ways with Ring of Honor. This was official last Thursday. This was official. She made an appearance at the last year's Mae Young Classic for the WWE. And so, with her parting with Ring of Honor, hey, she might come to the WWE and might sign a contract. No, she signed up with Impact the very next day. Just the next day after it was revealed she parted ways with Ring of Honor, Madison Rayne signed a new multi-year deal with Impact. Madison Rayne was reportedly unhappy creatively with Ring of Honor. She had just signed an exclusive deal with the promotion last September after appearing on the All In card that was last year's Labor Day weekend. The announcement of her new deal was made public by Impact that afternoon, Saturday afternoon. So, good for her. I guess she just didn't like it. Didn't like the work rate that the WWE was going to give her and how much money she could have gotten. I don't know. She would have been a great hand with the WWE. I really think. I'm not saying that they'd put her on NXT or on the main roster and pump her up as a big deal. She would be a fantastic coach, a fantastic agent. She could make a lot of money doing that. But no, she doesn't want to do that. That's okay. Apparently, reported last Thursday, Bruce Pritchard, who is now a member of the WWE creative writing staff, apparently was already working as a consultant role with the WWE back in January. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter and Dark Overlord Meltzer, they reported last week that Pritchard had actually agreed to terms to make a return to the WWE back in January and was already working as a consultant quietly for the company, something very few people were aware of. Pritchard was in Phoenix during the Royal Rumble weekend and Houston for Elimination Chamber. Houston is where Pritchard met with Vince McMahon about returning to the full-time role. Pritchard is being described as McMahon's new, quote, right-hand man, end quote. Still isn't clear what this means for Pritchard's Something to Wrestle podcast, but who the fuck cares about that? I am just now starting to assemble a playlist for myself. It's a very randomized playlist where I want to undergo what I described last week as the Pritchard Project. He was a member of WWE's creative writing staff before 08, from 08 and before, and left the WWE in 09. And so everyone's making a big deal about Pritchard becoming a member of the creative writing staff for the WWE. And so what I am calling the Pritchard Project is that we look at the WWE's product and how it was produced, put together, storylines, programs, talents emphasized, and everything from two different segments. Between 2005 and 2008 during Pritchard's creative handling, and between 09 and 12 outside of Pritchard's handling. How was the production? What cards did we have? What talents were bolstered? How was it in general? So, Pritchard between 05 and 08, non-Pritchard 09 and 12. So, I encourage everyone else to go ahead and try and do it yourselves as well. I am going to be putting together a playlist of stuff that I'm going to be watching, and I'll bring it up with you guys next week when Mike Tedesco is with me here for the post-Fastlane episodes of RAW and Smackdown. Be very interesting to look at, I think. And Jamel bringing up John Cena and Batista. That's the big thing, you know? Looking at who the talents were that were brought up during those times. What were the programs, the storylines, the cards? Hell, let alone the WrestleManias. What was the focus between those two periods? I think it'd be very, very interesting and kind of eye-opening. And I know no one else would ever do such a thing. It takes someone with maybe a slight case of Asperger's mixed in with some ADHD to do that. Hi, how you doing? Speaking of creative roles, Jim Cornette is making his Major League Wrestling MLW debut. He made his debut Saturday for commentary and his new backstage role. That is this Saturday. Jim Cornette made his official MLW debut Saturday night at the promotions event in Chicago. Cornette joined former WWE commentator Rich Bocchini on commentary during the event, which will be part of the Intimidations Games special on Bell and Sports TV. PW Insider reports that this wasn't a one-time appearance, as Cornette will be working backstage as an agent for the company going forward. Okay. Speaking of creative roles, Dana Warrior is being considered for a backstage creative role in the WWE right now. In a story first reported by Pro Wrestling Sheet this last Saturday, Dana Warrior, wife of the late Ultimate Warrior, did she really change her last name to Warrior, is under consideration for a backstage role with WWE's creative team. PW Insider is reporting that Dana was at the Raw taping last Monday in Atlanta and was shadowing writers and learning about the creative process. Despite the initial report stating otherwise, F4W Online indicated that Dana has not been officially hired in a full-time creative role and is working only as a consultant. However, she was given an opportunity to bring a woman's perspective to creative. I first want to start with the good. Okay, let's first start with the good. If you want a reaction, I'm going to start with the positives here. It is a fantastic idea and a fantastic realization, epiphany by WWE Creative to have a woman on their creative writing staff that is not named McMahon. It is a fantastic epiphany, whatever the hell it is. Fantastic idea. Totally get it. Absolutely. But of all the names that you could grab out of a hat to be just a consultant, not full-time, we're just talking consultant, just someone to brainstorm with. That's all. Just someone to brainstorm with. Of all the people that you could brainstorm with, it's Dana Warrior. I could name 10 women right now that would have no problem just being a consultant. Just someone that you teleconference with. They don't have to travel. I can name 10 that would immediately take it. Immediately. They don't need the money, just something to do. But, yeah. CJ saying they might be looking for a parent's perspective. I'm pretty sure that some of the women that I would be naming have children also. Who's the first woman that I would name in that role? Alundra Blaze. It's the first one I would name. Alundra Blaze. If I didn't get Alundra Blaze, not Molly Holly. She's too busy. No. Ivory. I would bring Ivory. Any female from that era. Beth Phoenix, she's already doing stuff on commentary with the WWE. She doesn't need to be doing anything creative. I don't trust Beth Phoenix doing anything creative. We've seen her in the ring. No. The names that I immediately think of right now is just Alundra Blaze is the first one I would have called. I would have called Alundra Blaze. Lita, no, not really. She's enjoying life. Trish Stratus, no, neither of them. But those are names that I bring up. Okay. Would they be interested? I don't know. But it'd be interesting to call. But Alundra Blaze is the first one I would call. But as a consultant, I totally get why they're doing it, okay? But they could have gone a little deeper, okay? They could have found a name that everyone would have just immediately latched on to. Dana Warrior? So, for those of you who are along with me in thinking that the Dean Ambrose is leaving WWE after WrestleMania, if you're like me and believing that that is a work, well, I've got plenty of room on this bus for you. Because reported Saturday, Dean Ambrose is being advertised for the WWE Beyond April. It's being advertised, according to F4W Online, the WWE noted that the advertising past April features Ambrose and was just simply dated material, but it's for their upcoming European tour. WrestlingNews.co reported that Roman Reigns was asked at a recent autograph signing about Ambrose's pending departure, and Roman replied, "We're going to work on that." So, as always, what I usually say whenever you see a card wherever you live and they promote it and it shows something, I always tell you, card is subject to change. So, yeah, I know that kind of falls in place with that, but I'm still under the conception that this is a work. Dean's not going anywhere, and I'm going to have it on the WrestleMania whiteboard. We've got a lot of work to do on the WrestleMania whiteboard tonight, my friends. Seth Rollins opened up his own coffee shop in Iowa. Reported that the previous Monday, the WWE has posted a video interviewing Seth Rollins opening up his brand new coffee shop in his hometown of Davenport, Iowa, where he actually lives. Rollins notes that in the video, during his travel schedule with the WWE, he was able to visit and take advantage of different coffee shops around the world. He talked about how a good coffee shop was missing in Davenport and wanted to bring that to the community. Fucking fantastic. That is awesome. Okay, I love stories like this, where stories like from Titus O'Neil, guys who make this money and make something for themselves and they want to give back to a community of some kind, whether it be their own or something else, to their hometown or abroad. I love stories like this. Andrew says the name of the coffee shop is Burn It Down. Okay, so be it. Whatever. But it's a great initial investment for him, starting up a coffee shop. But I'll also say there's nothing saying that he's not going to maybe pass this off and sell the business within 2 or 3 years. Okay? Sure, it's something to hold on to, but it's a great investment. Okay? This guy ain't dumb. This guy ain't dumb with his money. Okay? You make investments in yourself and in your community. It pays off dividends. Okay? Fantastic stuff. I got to check out that video. But I know that it's been working on of him getting a coffee shop. Oh, he's got a wrestling MMA school, and CJ says, you make more money selling coffee than you do having a wrestling school. The masses understand coffee more than they understand wrestling. John Cena is happy for Becky Lynch and the possibility of women headlining WrestleMania, as reported by Uprocks with an interview with John Cena this past Tuesday. He talks about being happy with Becky Lynch's surge in popularity. No, I'm sorry, this was on Sunday. Cena compared himself to Lynch, where he took a chance on his character. He says, quote, "I was so extremely happy for Becky Lynch to be able to find this personality that she carved out of thin air and almost out of desperation and became so successful with it. I was about to be fired. I, John Cena, was in a Becky Lynch type scenario where I was forgotten and I was about to be let go, and I took a chance on myself. I took a chance on redefining my character, and it worked, and I've never stopped. And I wasn't the corporate headquarters. It wasn't the corporate headquarters' first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth choice, but the audience began to make noise. And I connected with the audience, and the rest is history. And that's what's wonderful about the WWE. It truly is an enterprise system for any performer to connect with the audience." Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I got nothing to add to that. Vince McMahon is back on the Forbes list, unlike his good friend Donald Trump, who keeps trying to get on it. I'm not going to get into politics, even though I watch a lot of it. Vince McMahon is back on the Forbes billionaire list. The chairman and CEO of WWE currently has a net worth of $3.2 billion and is listed at number 691. Forbes noted that the WWE generates, quote, nearly $1 billion in annual revenue. So good for him. Location is confirmed for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming up this May. It's going to be at Hartford, Connecticut. Wacky shenanigans are going to be happening because that's near WWE headquarters. I know geography. And finally, reported today, the WWE is touting a major announcement set from Tampa Bay tomorrow morning. It's at 11 o'clock this morning. It's going to be on their YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. That's where WrestleMania is going to be. There. So carry on with your day. Go ahead and watch Price is Right. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You won't miss a thing. Not going to miss a thing. Everyone, why are you guys talking about Ernest? Why are you guys talking about Ernest in my chat room? Hey, Vern. Everyone's saying Goose is mad that WrestleMania is going to Tampa. Okay. I think there are other things that Goose could be people could be mad about other than WrestleMania going to places where they live. Injury news. The big news on the injury front actually started not last Monday, but the Monday prior, with Tommaso Ciampa being written off of Raw that second 2 Mondays ago due to injury. PW Insider is reporting that NXT champ Tommaso Ciampa currently having issues with a neck injury, and it forced a rewrite on Raw for that past Monday in Atlanta. According to the report, Ciampa has been battling a lingering neck issue for the last 4 to 5 weeks. The initial worry was that Ciampa had aggravated his repaired ACL when he took a bad bump from Sheamus on SmackDown that week, but no, it's something far worse. And it was further confirmed today on reports, followed up. Let's see, who's got the report here? Let's see. Sorry, bear with me here. Okay. Story noted. Let's see, who is this from? Story notes, Ciampa will undergo ACL. He's going to undergo anterior cervical fusion surgery on his neck, is what is going to be happening. So Tommaso Ciampa is going to be undergoing neck surgery. He will be out for at least 3 to 6 months. I will put his return at about 8 months. It's going to be a while. Major changes are going to be happening, that means, for the NXT title and Ciampa's previous role on the main roster. So it was great to see Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano on the roster while we could, but no. Nope, can't do it. Also, Asuka was reportedly injured at a WWE live event in White Plains and was unable to continue her match. And this was Monday, it was reported, from a Sunday SmackDown house show. According to live reports, Mandy Rose dropped SmackDown Women's Champ Asuka on her neck, and the match had to be called off. Per several tweets by those in attendance at the event that night, Rose dropped Asuka on her head, and the match ended as a no contest. The officials came out to treat the champ and walked off on her own. Here are pictures of Asuka being tended to by the staffing. Looks to be just a stinger because reported the next very day, WWE said that she's fine. Asuka provided an update on her Twitter saying that she only hit her back. She said, quote, "I'm sorry for worrying you. I hit my back, but I'm fine." So she's okay. So I'm going to take her word for it. Okay? I'm going to take her word for it. And she tweeted out in English with a clown face. Okay? I'm going to take her at her word. All right? So everyone hold your horses. No one be scared. No one think that Mandy is a bad worker. Okay? No one think that. So, updates to the injury list. Jason Jordan out with a neck injury. We still don't know if he's still good to go. I got a feeling he's going to be off the list soon. Sami Zayn, torn rotator cuff on both shoulders, due for a WrestleMania return. Fandango, torn labrum. He was supposed to be back last month. We have not heard word about him. He has not been wrestling any dark matches either. Luke Harper, wrist surgery, should be good to go right now. Akam, knee surgery. He won't be back until May. That means Authors of Pain are probably going to be on the shelf for another 3 or 4 months, which is just fine. Ember Moon needed to have emergency elbow surgery following the Royal Rumble. We have no word what's going on with her or how long she's going to be out. Tomato Chomper, neck surgery. Claiming to be 3 to 6 months. I'm going to give him about 8 or 9 months. I don't think we're going to see him until around maybe Survivor Series time. It's prime in time for SummerSlam, but I don't think we'll see him till Survivor Series. You've got to take it easy. Take it easy with him. And finally, I thought I would bring this up. John Cena has an ankle injury. It's WrestleMania times. We have no idea when he's going to be showing up. He was slated to be at the Royal Rumble. He was stricken off due to injury, and that made it space for Braun Strowman bullshit. So, we don't know what's going on with him. And it's WrestleMania times. Where's the John Cena? I don't know. But even though we don't know where the John Cena is, there are many other people that we do know where they are. They aren't hurt. They're on the main roster. They haven't been on TV in over 3 weeks. Where are they? They sure as hell aren't on TV. You know where they are? They're on the WWE milk carton. I love that graphic. Oh, look at that. That's the stalwart. But we're going to start it off right here. Alicia Fox has not been on TV since February the 4th, where she teamed up with Nikki Cross to face Banks and Bayley in a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber Women's Tag Team title match. Word has been swirling around about she was the reason for Arn Anderson's departure from the WWE, and that she Arn allowed her to perform inebriated. I am not buying any of that right now. I don't buy any of that. We don't know. We won't know until people speak up. Okay? For all we know, Alicia's just taking some time off. Maybe Arn Anderson just was tired of traveling. We don't know. But right now, she just hasn't been on TV. Leave it at that. Apollo Crews. He hasn't been on TV since there was a little segment between him and Razar backstage on that February the 4th episode where Crews had a lot of respects for Kurt Angle and stuff. And so I'm sure Crews and Razar were having matches on Main Event or Superstars or whatever the C show is for the WWE Network. So he's been doing some dark matches, I'm sure, but he hasn't been on TV. Speaking of which, Razar hasn't been on TV either, alongside Drake Maverick. Dana Brooke, I'm sure, had her match with Natalya on Main Event from that February the 4th segment between the two on Monday Night Raw that was supposed to promote a match between those two, but holy shit, has she fallen off the face of the planet. You want someone for Mandy Rose to go against to job her over? There's your pick right there. Okay? Ugh. Mickey James. You want someone to be in a consultant role? There's Mickey James. Last time we saw her was backstage on February the 4th episode of Raw where she gave Kurt Angle a hug. Yeah, if you want someone for a consultant role, there you go. Heath Slater and Rhino. We haven't seen them since the episode of the February the 4th. I think it has something to do with Kurt Angle again, or I think they were standing in line for a title opportunity of some kind. I don't know. But yeah, we haven't seen them. It was a great storyline of Slater being a ref and Rhino getting fired, but we haven't seen them since, so I'm glad they still have jobs. The Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. They made their monthly appearance going against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, who, by the way, did a run-in against Aleister Black and Ricochet in their match with The Bar, which in turn allowed the Hardys to come out and make the save to almost put together an 8-man tag of The Bar, Nakamura, and Rusev versus Black, Ricochet, and the Hardys. I forgot to mention that on the Blue Show. But Gallows and Anderson, we haven't seen them since February the 5th where they faced Nakamura and Rusev on SmackDown. What are they doing? Having fun with their kids. I don't know. Bork Laser. Haven't seen him since January the 28th, post-Royal Rumble Raw. I am sure we will see him very soon between now and WrestleMania, so no worries there. Andrew saying we're getting close to brand switch time. Yep, the Superstar Shakeup's going to be happening, and we are going to be making some predictions on that shakeup. Believe me. We did it last year. We did a great job, though scared to shit, so we're going to try it again. Shelton Benjamin, haven't seen him since the Royal Rumble. I guess he's having some main event matches. I don't know what the hell's going on with him. He made New Year's resolutions. Why isn't he keeping up with them? Dolph Ziggler, we haven't seen him since the Royal Rumble. He's still under contract with the WWE. Of course, we know what he's doing. He's trying to cultivate a stand-up comedy career. We talked previously about great investments. Ugh. Nobody's missing him. Yeah, you're right. Do we care? No, I'm just mentioning it because they're on the list. Tyler Breeze. We haven't seen him since New Year's Eve Battle Royal on Raw. Well, the guy's got work. Okay, the guy's got plenty of work. We're just waiting for Breeze and we're waiting for Breezango to come back. I think that's what we're waiting for. Right. Wouldn't it be great when they come back? Yeah. I just want another season of Southpaw Regional Wrestling. That's all I want. Santhu, bro. Hi, bro. Epico and Primo Cologne have not been on TV since November the 18th of last year. That was Survivor Series when they were in the massive Raw versus SmackDown tag team battle match thingy. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what the Colognes are doing right now. They're still under contract. Haven't been on TV since November. I'm sure they're doing something South American related. Who knows? And finally, the stalwart of the milk carton and the guy that we just gave up on. We just don't care. We only do this because we don't care just because we want to be surprised when he comes back. Is Bray Wyatt. Haven't seen him since SummerSlam. We are getting close to, what are we at now? About 9 months? Close to 3/4 of a calendar year that we've seen this guy? I don't know. I have no idea. I'll just be surprised when he shows up. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm tired of predicting when he's going to come back. I've already paid my crime. I paid my punishment and served my sentence for trying to predict when he's coming back. Okay? You do you. Okay? Whatever. But that's the milk carton. Take a sip of the sources because we're getting dry mouth. Making good progress Andrew saying he posted something on the 26th telling someone not to write stories about him. Oh, whatever. I'm sure we'll listen. I'm sure they're listening to that. All right. Anyway, SmackDown after WrestleMania attacks Daniel Bryan. Shut up, Lex. I don't care. We don't know when he's coming back. Go figure out your armpit muscles first before trying to figure out when Bray Wyatt's coming back. It is time to adequately book WrestleMania. Oh boy, at least we're not throwing locks onto this one, but we'll try. All right. So, here we are at the big screen. Here we are. We have a lot of changes to make to the WrestleMania whiteboard. What's the WrestleMania whiteboard? Well, for one, it's not due to this camera background being all screwed up, so let me change that real quick. Holy crap, you would think that I would be prepared for this kind of show, but there you go. So, what is the WrestleMania whiteboard? Well, ever since post-Royal Rumble, I have been attempting to book WrestleMania, making changes here and there. That's what happens. So, we made lots of changes. I think what I'm going to do is next week, alongside Mike Tedesco, yes, this is what we're going to do. Fantasy Booking 101 next week with Mike Tedesco here on the Wrestleview Weekly show. We are going to make locks for the WrestleMania whiteboard. Why not? It's my gimmick, okay? But it's going to be part of Fantasy Booking 101, all right? So, it's time to look at the whiteboard. Andrew saying we should lock how many times the last stop is said. Oh, God, no. Honey, no. Oh, goody, Doug's going to kill his liver. Yeah, pretty much. All right, time to go over the whiteboard. Here we go. Here's what we got booked so far. We got Bork and Seth Rollins. That one's been iced down. We put Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. I don't know about that. Triple threat has been locked down. Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte. Asuka versus Lacey. Okay. That could happen. Intercontinental title ladder clusterfuck kind of match. Pseudo Shield versus the Baron Boys. We just kind of got that match coming up on Fastlane, so that one is going to be stricken off. Oh, wow, the green screen's kind of messing with this, ain't it? Raw Tag Team Title Clusterfuck. SmackDown Tag Team Title Clusterfuck. Miz versus Shane. I got that down. Women's Tag Team Title match, as if you give a damn. Iced down is Triple H versus Batista. So, there, 11-match card. This is the main card. We are not counting pre-show matches. That's right. So, here's what we got to think about. Okay? Jason saying, bring back Orton Styles. I need a warm-up match. Well, maybe. Andrew saying I'm not locked on Asuka Lacey as much now. Lex, Bet Black, and Ricochet unify the belts. Shut up! You need to tune in to Fantasy Booking 101. All right? Usos Heart. Okay, so we also need comedy stuff. Well, we'll get into that. All right, so first off, we got to take off matches that we pretty much are sure are not going to happen. Okay, first off, I've got to get rid of this Shield versus Belle Biv DeVoe. Shield versus Belle Biv DeVoe ain't happening. It ain't going to be Dean, Roman, and Braun going against Belle Biv DeVoe. So, what are we going to do? All right. I've got some ideas. Okay. Where do I want to start? Do I want to start on the Raw side or the SmackDown side? I actually want to start on the SmackDown side. Okay? There are some matches that I'm going to erase from this to maybe add other clusterfuck matches. And maybe augment. Okay. But I want to start. Okay, first off, we erase the match. So I want to start on the bottom. Triple H Batista is going to happen. The women's tag team title match, I have a feeling, is going to be pushed to the pre-show. Anyone with me? Is the women's tag team title match going to be on the main card? Me right now, the way it's being booked and the way it's being projected, I don't think it is. It's only being shown on one of their 2 shows. Okay. All right. I don't think the women's tag match is going to be on the main card. I got CJ agreeing, Lex is agreeing, Daniel, Andrew, no, it's going to be pre-show. All right. So let's take the women's tag title match off of the main card. All right. What are we going to sub in its place? Okay. Right now, I don't have anything involving the United States title. Okay. I'm right now not seeing anything for the United States title. Now with Samoa Joe having the U.S. title, I believe the U.S. title is going to be on the main show. Gil's saying they're going to be 2 battle royals and the cruiserweights for the pre-show. They could have 4 matches for the pre-show. Okay? They could have 4. Dear God, this is about a 6-7 hour long show. Okay? But I'm going to put the U.S. title match on the main card. Just because Samoa Joe has the title now. Now it makes sense to have it on there. U.S. title clusterfuck? Pretty much, Andrew. That's what I'm looking at. U.S. title clusterfuck. Pretty much. All right. The Miz versus Shane McMahon, that's going to be talked about in our predictions for the Fastlane pay-per-view. SmackDown Tag Team Clusterfuck match. I want to change this. I am changing this, okay? This one, how many clusterfucks does that make? Well, we'll go over that, Jason. Clusterfucks are all over the WrestleMania card, okay? But I've got an idea for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and it kind of dawned on me while I was perusing the WWE Network today while I was doing the show, putting together the show. Usos with the tag team titles, okay? There is one team they have never faced that has reunited. I'm going to have the Usos versus the Hardys for the titles. I would almost go so far as to make it a TLC match, and I will. If the Hardys want to go out with a bang, this is how you do it. This is how the Hardys go out in style. They're going to do either TLC or a ladder match of some kind. But Usos, Hardys, and a TLC sounds really, really good. Hey, Jamma, how you doing? Yeah, this sounds very, very interesting to me. So I'm going to take the Usos and Hardys in a TLC match. Weren't the Usos in that 4-way match when Matt and Jeff came back to wrestle? Nope. No, they weren't. When the Hardys came back, who was in that match was the Bar, the Bar, the Good Brothers. There's one other tag team that was in it. And it was actually, I think, of a no-name team. But it wasn't the Usos. Usos weren't in it. Not sure. We'll talk about it. Enzo and Cass, that's right. Yeah, Enzo and Cass, that's right. Okay. Number 7, Raw Tag Team Clusterfuck. I am almost to the point to where I think the Raw Tag Team titles are not going to be on the main show. I don't know. Raw Tag Team title clusterfuck match. Do I keep this on here? Do I substitute it with the women's tag team title clusterfuck? What do I do? Maybe I substitute it with one of the battle royals that are going to be happening on the pre-show. I don't know. I'm going to keep it. I'll keep the Raw Tag Team Clusterfuck title match for WrestleMania. So, all right. So far, if you see it, and I'm bringing it around. So there's what we got right now for the bottom card. Triple H Batista. U.S. Tag Team U.S. title clusterfuck, Miz and Shane. Usos and Hardys in a TLC. I need a brighter marker. And a Raw Tag Team title clusterfuck. All right. All right. Now, there was a blank spot that I left here because I crossed out a match involving Mlw Debut going against pseudo Shield of Dean, Roman, and Braun Strowman. Oh, fuck this. I'm not going to fix that. So I've got a blank match going on here. Roman Reigns doesn't have a match. And if Dean Ambrose is leaving after WrestleMania, wouldn't you want him to have a match as well? See where I'm going with this? This is going to be one of those feelings matches. This is going to be one of those got you in the feels matches. Okay? Guys got to understand here, I'm looking at 11 matches on this main card. It is really, really tough to book WrestleMania and try to get everyone in. That's why you have a lot of clusterfuck matches, okay? But I've got a feeling this is going to be, and I hate saying this because I really fucking hate them, it's going to be an honor match. It's going to be a respects match. It's going to be an I love you bro match. It's going to be Dean versus Roman. They're going to do this to tease us a ton, saying that Dean is gone from the WWE. And then he comes back post-Mania Raw to save whoever is getting the shit beat out of him. It's a work, guys. Dean Ambrose is staying in the WWE. Intercontinental title clusterfuck match. It's a ladder match that I've put on here for the Intercontinental title. Fons Balor has the title right now. Does he have enough people to warrant this? I think so. So, yeah. Intercontinental ladder title clusterfuck match. Asuka versus Lacey Evans for the SmackDown Women's title. I am keeping that. I am very optimistic about this one. I'm very, very optimistic. But finally, so we got Ronda, Becky, Charlotte, triple threat. That is a go. Bork, Seth Rollins is a go. But finally, Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston for the WWE title. I am changing that. I'm changing that right now. It's pretty simple. It's kind of been shown. It's already been shown on SmackDown, it seems to me, with the go home. So, I think it's pretty simple. We're doing a fatal four-way. And it'll be a fantastic four-way. We're going to do a fatal four-way of Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens, and Mustafa Ali is what we're going to do. So what we're going to do so far, you could inject AJ and Randy Orton into it to make it a six-pack. You know? I mean, there's plenty of names that are not on here. I honestly also had in my mind having a Rey Mysterio Andrade hair versus mask match. How does that sound? But no, there's a U.S. title clusterfuck, so you can put those two in. I also thought about putting in there, AJ versus Randy Orton, but that's not no, right now, how this is being booked and how that is being done, they've only had 2 speaking segments and a fantastic elimination, okay, from the Royal Rumble. I mean, from the Elimination Chamber. It doesn't warrant a WrestleMania match. So, here is the WrestleMania card. There we go. Bork and Seth Rollins is locked down. Fatal 4-Way, Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Kevin Owens, and Mustafa Ali. Ronda, Becky, Charlotte in the triple threat is locked down. Asuka versus Lacey Evans. Intercontinental title ladder match clusterfuck. Dino versus Roman Reigns. Raw tag team title clusterfuck. Usos versus the Hardys in a TLC. Miz versus Shane. U.S. title clusterfuck match. And Triple H Batista is locked in. All right. Man, I don't know. I know some of those matches seem a little far-fetched, you know? But again, it'll be further built next week when Mike Tedesco joins me next week for our first classroom session of Fantasy Booking 101, where we are going to make locks on the WrestleMania card. But it's time to make actual locks. Full-fledged locks. Official locks. Scary locks. It's time for predictions to Fastlane. Excuse me, I've got to switch around my cam here to make it look like I am looking at what you all are looking at. There we go. Thank you. Hi. All right, Fastlane. We have got 8 matches lined up for the card. I have not made my predictions. They are all written down right here. I know you can't see them, but take my word for it. I haven't made my locks yet. This is all done on the fly because I feel this is more fun. Okay? Are you guys arguing? Stop arguing. Have fun. Jamma said, I guess AJ and Orton is a contendership at the next pay-per-view after Mania. Maybe. Jason, are we getting the blue belt after Bryan loses? I don't know. All right. Time to make some predictions. Time to do this shit. All right. 8 matches, including the pre-show. 4 locked picks. Every locked pick that I get wrong. A shot of the tequila. A shot of the Luna Azul Blanco that I will take live as I co-host with Mike Tedesco. Here we go. Pre-show, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade with Zelina Vega in tow. There was a reason why I thought about doing Rey Mysterio versus Andrade at WrestleMania. And it was because of all of the fantastic matches that they've had on SmackDown against each other. The triple threat, the fatal 4-way last night. Fantastic. This one, it's about time Rey goes over. It's about time Rey gets one this time. Because the past matches, it's always been Zelina interfering or some kind of chicanery involved. And so I am taking Rey on this one. Giving Rey the nod. Do I want to lock it down? No, not yet. Not yet. But I would love to see the idea of a Rey Andrade hair versus mask match at WrestleMania. God. Because, I mean, their matches have been fantastic. You got to showcase that stuff on WrestleMania. You just got to. Triple threat Raw Tag Team title match. Aleister Black and Ricochet versus The Revival versus Chadwick Gable and Robert Roode. A match that no one cares about. A match that DIY was supposed to be in instead of Black and Ricochet. This one. Oh boy. Especially when we're looking at a clusterfuck coming up at WrestleMania involving these titles. I don't know if it really cares. So do I really want to put any focus onto it. Ugh. And what's more is if Revival retains, who's going to take it from them? Oh, never mind. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Heavy Machinery can take it from them. Yeah. And besides, there's kind of a nice little feud of Ricochet and Black going against Gable and Rude. That's kind of been fun. So, I will have the Revival will retain, and I'm locking it. Revival, retain, lock. All right. I'm being very ambitious, aren't I? Mandy Rose facing Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title. If I am wanting Asuka to go against Lacey Evans at WrestleMania, then Asuka has to retain. Enough said. Asuka retains. Lock it. Simple, effective, clean. Yeah. Didn't take a lot of thought. Here's another match that's not going to take a lot of thought. Well, actually, will take a lot of thought because we're wondering why the hell we brought these up in the first place. Women's tag team titles. Sasha with something on her forehead. No, that's Bayley with something on her forehead. Those two going against Nia Jax and Tamina. I don't see any reason for Sasha and Bayley to lose the titles. I really don't. Makes no sense. They just got them. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. Bayley and Sasha retain. Yeah. But I just don't want to. I don't want to lock it. I really don't want to lock it. Because right now I have no idea what the hell they're doing with these these tag team titles. I just don't know. That's how much I care. SmackDown tag team titles. The Usos defending against the Shane and Miz. Or is it the Miz and Shane? That's what it's supposed to be. If I'm wanting Shane and the Miz to go against each other at WrestleMania, I need the Usos to retain. So, the Usos retain. Lock it. Simple. Clean. Not much to discuss, right? Everyone's saying Usos. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Usos, no-brainer. The Shield versus Belle Biv DeVoe. All right. This one we got to kind of talk about. Okay. So we've got Seth Rollins going against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I've got Roman Reigns facing Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania. The guys at Belle Biv DeVoe, they can be in the Battle Royal. I could have them in the Raw Tag Team title clusterfuck. Intercontinental title clusterfuck. Take your pick. Okay? I only got one more lock to spend, and it's pretty simple. And I'm thinking of my health. Okay? This one is really, really interesting. Okay? If I have the Shield go over, will there be shenanigans to follow? If I have Belle Biv DeVoe go over, I can't believe I'm calling McIntyre, Corbin, and Lashley Belle Biv DeVoe. But I am. Okay? If I have them go over, how does that make the Shield look, and how does that make all of them look? It doesn't look very good. Okay? So, something tells me this is going to be turned around to be a no DQ match of some kind, because lots of shenanigans are going to happen. And Lex saying Shield will win, they won't have Roman lose his first match back. Yeah, that's another reason I'm looking at it too. There's no reason to have the Shield lose, especially when everyone will go down good and proper with it being a no DQ match when all kinds of wacky shit can happen. So let's do that. I'm taking the Shield. Taking the Shield, can't lock it because I'm saving my lock for the surefire. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. If Becky Lynch wins, she's going to be inserted into the match at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title. So it'll be Charlotte Becky and Ronda at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch, lock it. Wow, way to kill the suspense. Yeah, I'm sorry it's not so much suspenseful with this Fastlane pay-per-view card. I mean, but we're leading up to WrestleMania, and I've booked WrestleMania, so I've kind of booked myself into a corner. And so, yeah, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose bad. Finally, on the Fastlane card, Daniel Bryan defending the wooden belt against Kevin Owens. So many bodies, so many people are going to be interfering in this match. Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, and the New Day is going to make an appearance. Mustafa Ali is going to show up and make an appearance. Rowan's going to be at ringside. Maybe Harper will show up. Lots of people can show up at this match. AJ Styles and Randy Orton could show up at this match too. Everyone could show up to make this an entire clusterfuck, which means Daniel Bryan is going to retain. Pretty simple. I mean, it's a pretty cut and dry pay-per-view. I mean, the only match that I can see that you're curious about watching is just maybe the SmackDown Tag Team title match to see how Miz and Shane turn on each other. But I got a feeling about that because I'm going to go over that once we go back over all the picks that I just made. For the Fastlane pay-per-view this coming Sunday, this is what I've got. I've got Rey Mysterio going over against Andrade to lead up to a very decent show for a match. They got to have a singles match at WrestleMania. Do I think Ronda shows up? That's getting to it. Triple threat Raw Tag Team clusterfuck of Black and Ricochet versus Gable and Rude, with Revival trying to defend their titles. I have the Revival retaining, and I'm locking it. Lots of weird, wacky shit's going to happen here, but the Revival will come out on top. Maybe some other teams will be injected into it. Asuka versus Mandy Rose, locking this one down with Asuka retaining the title because I have her facing Lacey Evans at WrestleMania. Sasha and Bayley defending the titles against their tag team titles against Nia Jax and Tamina. They're going to retain. You don't care. The Usos defending their SmackDown tag team titles against The Miz and Shane. I have the Usos retaining. I'm locking it. And Shane McMahon is doing the swerve on The Miz. Not The Miz punching out Shane. It's going to be Shane punching The Miz. Shane is the one that's going to do the turn. Shane's the one that's going to be the heel. The Miz is going to be made into a pretty decent babyface. And you never would think they would be building for a SummerSlam main event of The Miz versus Daniel Bryan, where Daniel Bryan's the heel and The Miz is the face. You never would think that. But that's what I'm looking at. Shane turning on The Miz. Lock that down. Shield versus Belle Biv DeVoe. I mean, Baron, Bobby, and Drew. Yeah, I've got the Shield going over on this one. No questions asked, nothing said. No problem with that. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. If Becky Lynch wins, she goes to the main event at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch is going to win. I've got that in the books. I lock it down. Yeah. And then finally, Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens for the wooden belt of SmackDown. So many people are going to interfere in this match. So much shit is going to go down. Yeah, I'm taking Daniel Bryan to retain. Shane won't be heel because they're trying to make Shane, Steph, and Hunter sympathetic against Vince. Oh, I don't care. They're not making anyone sympathetic. Vince McMahon was not on television this week. Stephanie McMahon was on television to rescind Becky Lynch's suspension. Shane was on there to talk about his match with the Usos, and Triple H has something going on with Batista. Nothing is going on with Vince. That's going to do it for Wrestleview Weekly. Thank you, everyone, for showing up and putting up with my shenanigans. Thank you, everyone in the chat room. CJ, Lex, Daniel, Quentin, Lewis. Who else is in there? Jamel, Andrew. Who else is in there? Thank you all so much for joining in. Come on, light it up in the chat room. Let me know you're in there again. Come on. Let me know you're in there again. CJ, don't forget about the King Kong Bundy match thread. Yes, CJ has put up that awesome match that we stumbled upon on that Twitter thread involving King Kong Bundy and Rick Rude versus Macho Man Randy Savage and Jerry the King Lawler. Check it out, okay? Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Catch me this Sunday following the Fastlane pay-per-view. Adam and myself will be going over this mediocre show. Talk about how kind of excited we are. Gills is in there. Yes, you are. Hi, Gills. I'm so sorry. Tune in Sunday. Adam and I are going to cover the Fastlane pay-per-view following that show. Next week, Mike and Victoria covering post-Fastlane Raw, following Raw on this very station or channel or website or whatever the hell you want to call it. And then next week, Mike Tedesco joins me on my show, this show, to see me hopefully not take too many of these shots of tequila as we go over the post-Fastlane episodes of Raw, SmackDown, and we have our first ever classroom session of Fantasy Booking 101, where we will make our WrestleMania card locks. As hopefully all of them won't be done on those post-Fastlane shows to make it more interesting for us. So, there you go. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and I will see you all on Sunday.